have made a serious lapse in judgment. I'm no one important, to say the least. I would not call myself a YouTuber. I would not call myself an entertainer. I'm just a college kid who feels like she has something important to say, and I'm gonna say it. So here we go. I'm filming this on my phone. I don't have a microphone. The lighting isn't that good, but to be honest, my camera quality is still better than PewDiePie's. But yeah, I want to make this so I can just get it out to the world. I feel like it's important. I feel like talking about it will do good. Will do good. So I wrote an essay for a class here on the copyright system problem here on YouTube. And I got replies back from 2 creators on this platform, BionicPig and BestAtNothing. I've used YouTube for a long time, but that doesn't mean I know what the hell I'm doing. Let's just jump into it. Under the United States copyright doctrine, fair use is lawful, unlicensed use of copyrighted materials in transformative ways, such as commentary, parodies, teaching, research, movie reviews, etc. What is happening on this platform is that people are getting taken advantage of. And the people that are getting taken advantage of are the people who are creators and make a living on this platform. You've probably seen many videos about it. Gus Johnson, Danny Gonzalez, Drew Gooden, PewDiePie. Who else has made it? H3H3, Pyrocynical. There's been hundreds of creators who have been basically fucked over by this. And YouTube's done nothing. And that is something that BionicPig, his name's Aaron, touched on a lot. He basically made it clear that YouTube has done nothing to take care of this problem, and it will probably do nothing to take care of this problem, which it's awful. Because imagine if you came to work every day. You never got to see your boss. Sometimes you didn't even get paid. You weren't getting paychecks. And when you asked your boss why, didn't get a response. He didn't do anything. Nothing was getting done. This is what's basically happening to these people. These businesses are allowed to come in and make fake copyright claims to their videos for stuff that is not even theirs. Freaking Gus Johnson got copyright claimed for tapping on a table or on a paper towel dispenser. Claimed. Because he, quote, he made a sound that sounded like a different song. Like, that's not fair. That's misrepresentation. And underneath Lens versus Universal Music Group, that's considered illegal. And so not only are these companies breaking the law, they're getting away with it. Because YouTube doesn't have to comply. Because underneath the Digital Millennium Copyright Act of 1998, they only have to get involved when necessary. So their getting involved when necessary is literally just handing it over to the companies who can continue to fuck these creators over for their own benefit. Because they just go, oh, I can make more money. Oh, we can ruin these people's lives. These aren't people who, have other jobs. This is their job. This is their livelihood. And so you're coming in here and you're ruining everything. There's nothing that they can do about it because they don't have the time to sit and go to court with every copyright claim. Even if they dispute it, the corporations are still fucking them over. Even if they try to contact YouTube, YouTube just says, oh, we'll look into it. They don't. So what needs to happen is there needs to be a third party option. And honestly, Aaron can say it better than I can, so I'll let him say that.
They need a third party option for copyright claims. Because, for example, if I get copyright claimed right now, which I probably like at least 10 in the past like month, but if I get copyright claimed, what I get to do is something called a dispute. Now, basically what that means, what it should mean is a dispute would mean I would send it to someone, they would review my video and be the decider whether or not it is copyright infringement or not. But that's not how it works. Actually, what happens is when you click dispute, the only thing that happens is it gets sent back to the person who gave you the copyright claim. So the company that said, hey, this is my content, even though it's not, even if it's like a 2-second part of your video, they say it's their content, their money, they can just say, well, it is. Like, it sends back to them and they look at it and just say, well, no, it's our content, even though it's, lawfully not.
There's this academic article that was written a couple years ago where basically this guy, his name's Dustin Edwards, he explains that YouTube's content ID system acts as a circulation gatekeeper, which is basically how content gets moved. So it can be by people, institutions, technology, etc., right? So on YouTube, when people post a video and it gets posted, shared around between other people, it goes through subscriptions, people share it with their friends, it gets liked, there's comments, that's the circulation keeper. So when this content ID system comes in and says, just kidding, the corporation says, just kidding, this is my video now, I get the money, that basically either A, discourages a person from using their full creative ability, or 2, it just discourages them from participating at all. Why would they do that? There's no point. And even Aaron has something to say about that as well.
Like, for someone starting out, like, there's no incentive. There's no, idea of money, even until you hit 10,000 subscribers now. You can't even get monetization until 10,000 subscribers, which, say for a channel like me, that's like nothing. But for a channel starting out, that's a huge deal. Breaking through to even 1,000 subscribers is so hard because I've been there. I've been there 5 other times. I've had 6 channels that didn't even break 100 subscribers. This is the only channel that's gotten anywhere. And those channels, I personally don't even think weren't that bad. It's just, I just wasn't doing the right thing at the right time. So yes, it is really, I feel like it's really pushed away a lot of people wanting to do YouTube, is where YouTube's at right now. There's no motivation to start because it's like, even if you succeed, are you really going to...
Corporations have the upper hand in monetizing and suppressing. And they're hurting these people who are using transformative works as fair use. So people that review movies, people that decide, hey, I'm going to look at TikToks, people who want to play a video game or review a product, they can't. And YouTube was not always like this. I'm 20 years old. I have been watching YouTube since 2010. I remember when Fred hit 1 million subscribers. I remember thinking that freaking Annoying Orange was the funniest thing ever. I remember watching Lunchtime with Smosh and, literal trailers from Tobuscus and all this stuff, like watching PewDiePie play Amnesia. I remember this. I remember when people could do what they want. Cursing was free range. My parents were pissed that they were cursing. But now that I'm older, no one can do that. Because if they do, they're going to get demonetized and get no money, or they're going to get copyright claimed for using copyrighted material, even though technically they are using it in fair use. Now look, I watched a video the other day. It was Jacksepticeye. He's a gamer, if you don't know who he is. He sang a little bit of Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. He's going to get demonetized. Because you can't do that. Because companies will be like, oh, you sang 2 seconds of my song, so now I get all your revenue. It's just very frustrating to me, as a viewer, that YouTube does not respect their creators. Because without their creators, YouTube would have nothing. And without us, YouTube has no purpose. There is no purpose to YouTube if they don't get viewers and they don't get traction. So, basically, what I'm coming to say is this proposal of mine. YouTube needs to be held accountable for misrepresentation of copyright strikes underneath the DMCA. Because the internet's changing. The internet is not the same as it was 20 years ago. This is a digital movement. YouTubers are being mistreated. It's not right. It's awful. They are constantly being discouraged from making videos. They're sitting on top of copyright claims, copyright disputes, and they're not winning because they don't have the upper hand. They're constantly getting bullied, they're constantly getting abused, and it's not fair, and it needs to stop. They don't feel valued at all. There is no value. The only things that are getting put on trending are family-friendly content that includes the likes of Jake and Logan Paul, who, whatever, their content's not for me, but it's also not content that's the best on YouTube. There are much other better content, or there is better content on YouTube, and I've seen a lot of it. Like, as someone who's been on YouTube 10 plus years, I have seen a lot of bullshit, to put it lightly. There's no longer incentive for someone starting out now, because YouTube has made so many changes to try and benefit their creators, but it's not going to benefit them. It's only going to hurt people who have been on there, it's only going to benefit the people, basically, who make this family-friendly content. But they have to know that the people that are using YouTube, it's not just kids and families. In fact, most of the creators, their main audience is 18 to 34 that are using it every day. People that are sitting there watching PewDiePie videos, or Drama Alert, or RT Games, or Leon Lush, or Mr. Beast. All these people, it's mostly like 18 to 34, okay? And for them to continue to screw them over, they're gonna lose viewers. They're gonna do it. There's nothing you can do at this point that's gonna save you. Everyone uses YouTube. There is no other. We need to start making bureaus and companies and businesses that can help YouTube, not even YouTube creators, be able to put up with this and fight back against the man. Because I'm sure they're just as sick as me as them getting screwed over day by day. Because it didn't used to be like this. Okay? Like, YouTube has just let companies take over. And that's not what YouTube was created. YouTube was created for an amateur video sharing platform. And now it's become an absolute mess. And so even though this video is probably boring and you're probably not going to watch it and probably no one's going to see it, I'm still making it because I think it needs to be said. And if YouTube somehow gets to see it, because I'm probably going to send them a long email or something, people notice, okay? You're not treating your creators well. You're letting them get screwed over. You're letting them miss out on income. How are they supposed to feed their families? How are they supposed to pay their bills if you aren't treating them properly? This is about time where they would leave the job, except they can't because there's nowhere else to go. So it's time to step up. It's time to be a good boss. It's time to accept responsibility for all the misrepresentation of copyright strikes. It's time to make sure that people know what's going on. It's time to stop them. And if I can do anything, I'm going to be one of the people who starts a law firm where I can just straight up help these creators. Because in 5 years, if YouTube goes to shit, which it already is heading that way, we're all doomed. There's nothing we can do about it. And once again, without us, YouTube, you have no purpose. So treat your creators well, or they're all gonna leave, and you'll go bankrupt. Peace.